Hey, welcome to Dylan's Daily Show. So I want to take a second here and talk about the military. Let's talk about the military for a second, and just military spending in general, because I think this is an issue that a lot of people don't like to cover. This is an issue that a lot of people don't like to talk about. It's kind of taboo. But Rand Paul had an exclusive with Breitbart, and he was essentially asking, is the military budget too small, or is the mission too big? And I saw the title of that, and it really caught my attention, because if you think about it, we see people all over the place saying we need to, more money needs to go into the military, more money, we need to spend more money on the military, spend more money on defense, all of that sort of thing. But we've seen countless studies where, trillions of dollars are being wasted in the military. We've got a significant amount of money that's being wasted. It's not being used properly the way it could be. And instead of getting rid of the waste, we're just pumping more money into it. We've spent, right here, it says $50 billion each year in Afghanistan alone, which is, it's incredible that we spend that much money. And what are we spending it for? Obviously a lot of it goes to the troops, a lot of it goes to the weapons, a lot of it goes to the mission over there. But we spend billions of dollars on infrastructure, roads, bridges, and schools to nation build in the Middle East. Meanwhile, our roads, nations, and our roads, bridges, and schools are falling apart. Our education system sucks. Our bridges and roads are falling apart. Now, Donald Trump does talk about wanting to improve infrastructure in this country, but at the same time, he's paying to, or we, I guess, as a country, Congress approves all spending, but we're spending to improve the infrastructure in other countries as well. Why are we doing that? What are we getting out of that? Are we gaining anything? This is what irritates me about the entire situation, is that I feel like, if we want to be a successful country, if we want to thrive as a nation, at some point we are going to have to realize that we need to stick up for ourselves, and we need to fight for ourselves and improve ourselves rather than just improving every other country first. Now, we are currently involved in combat operations in Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, Somalia, Niger, Libya, and Yemen. What are we gaining from any of this? What are we gaining? We have been involved in the Middle East for over 15 years in just this time. And before that, we were involved before. We don't even get the majority of our oil from the Middle East. So people that make the argument that we need to be there because of oil, that's bogus. We don't need to be there because of oil. We don't even get the majority of our oil there. Since 2001, our military budget has more than doubled in nominal terms. It's grown over 37%, accounting for inflation. That is astronomical, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't see much progress. We've wiped out ISIS, but the Taliban still controls a sizable amount of land in Afghanistan. Now, the troops have taken these places in Afghanistan in 2002, then again in 2010. Are we supposed to have them go back in and do it again? Are we going to lose more lives doing it again? At what point, and this is the main question of this video that I want to present to you guys, and I want you guys to comment this, below, regardless of if you believe in the Iraq War, if you think we should be there, if you think we should continue fighting or not. At what point do we say enough is enough? At what point do we say enough lives have been lost? At what point do we say it's time to come back, it's time to reinvest some of this money that we're spending over there in this country? We're spending more money than we need to. I feel like the people who serve this country, the people who are fighting for this country, deserve more than to be in a conflict in a country that doesn't need to be going on. And, we always talk about America first, and I know a lot of people support America first. I support America first. But are we really putting America first? If we're spending billions of dollars to improve roads and bridges and schools in the Middle East, is that putting America first? If we're nation building, overthrowing dictators and causing mayhem, does that put America first? Don't get me wrong. I am not a fan of dictators. But if dictators are good at one thing, it's killing terrorists. And when we go in there and we overthrow a dictator, some of these people can't handle democracy. You've got learned helplessness. You've got a bunch of problems that the democracy just will not flourish in these places. Yet we're going in there, we're overthrowing the leaders, and we're trying to install a democracy, and it's not going to work. And then you just end up with these civil wars, these uprisings, and the president's getting overthrown. It's at some point we have to realize that is not our responsibility. Our responsibility is here at home and protecting our home. And helping the people here at home, helping the homeless veterans. Why are we building, again, roads, bridges, schools? Why aren't we giving that money to the veterans? Veterans that come back from the Middle East with PTSD can't even get help at the VA. because it's so inefficient. Yet we're trying to improve other countries. What kind of sense does that make? I'm at a loss of words. We have troops in 50 of 54 African countries. What's the point? What's the point? You know, I like to look at the world. When you look at foreign policy, you've got alliances and then you've got natural alliances, right? Natural alliances for the United States, Russia, China, things like that. We're not going to go to war with Russia. We're not going to go to war with China because it would be certain death for both countries. It would be catastrophic. Many people would die. Natural allies, right? Then we've got other alliances with countries. It's like these people aren't even benefiting us in any way, shape, or form. You know, we seem to involve ourselves in conflicts that we are getting nothing from that. We're literally gaining nothing from these conflicts in the Middle East, from being in 50 of 54 African countries. We're gaining nothing, but yet we still just spend our money and send our troops over there. For what? Don't you think these people should be fighting for something? What are we getting? Somebody please tell me down below, what are we getting from being in the Middle East? Again, we do not get the majority of our oil from the Middle East, so that throws the oil argument out the window. I understand after 9/11, with the rise of terrorism, something needed to be done, and I think we all supported going into the Middle East after that. But 9/11 was a long time ago, and we're still there, and we're not really getting anything from it. So I just don't see the point. And I just wanted to bring this to you guys because I think it's interesting to talk about, and just. Yeah, I want to get your guys' opinion on it as viewers, and you know, as people who are subscribed to the channel. I want to know where you guys stand on this because I think it's really interesting. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and share. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more. I will catch up with you guys next time. Bye-bye.